Right now, what we know about an investigation into a child's death in Rock County. And we're going to see very nice temperatures today. We'll have a full forecast for you coming up.
Plus, putting products to the test, whether infant formula makers are worth the price.
And spirit of service. Which veteran will take home the $5,000 prize and what they'll use it for? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Monday. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Shane Hogan.
I'm Chris Stanford. Looking forward to that big announcement of who's winning our Spirit of Service campaign and that $5,000 prize.
Can't wait for that. That's coming up later in the show. But before we get to all of that, we're going to check in with Jacob Madison, who's got your first warm forecast. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Shane. Temperatures today are going to be warmer, but still a bit chilly this morning, as it typically is during the morning hours for early March. Temperature right now, 34 degrees. Seeing clear skies, though, and the winds aren't too bad. Now, if we take a look at the temperatures across Dane County, they are starting to warm up. Middle 30s across the county for the most part. A few areas still in the 20s, 23 in Boscobel. But for the most part, we're seeing middle to lower 30s across our region. A few areas, the Dells, the Prairie du Chien, in the upper 30s, pretty close to 40 at this hour. And look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours. A lot of our area is warmer, but during the afternoon, these numbers will likely be all above 10 degrees as we could possibly be hitting the 60s. So here's a look at the forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine early, a few clouds later, but still going to be dry and still expected to see a lot of sunshine. Highs will be in the lower 60s. Winds will be a little bit breezy. They're not too bad right now, but they have increased throughout the morning. Earlier in the morning, much of our area saw wind speeds below 10 miles per hour. Right now, there are a few locations, 50 miles per hour in the Dells, 18 miles per hour in Monroe. And we are expected to see the winds get a little bit worse throughout the morning, as we could see wind gusts approaching 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour. This will be mostly, the gustiest winds will be during the late morning, and they will slowly improve throughout the day. And by the time we get to the evening, the far southern portion of our area may still see some gusty winds, but it won't be as bad for the rest of us. So here's a look at the full forecast today. 60s across the board. We'll see partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. Just about a perfect day for early March. I'll talk more in detail about how long this will last coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Developing this morning, the Rock County Sheriff's Department is investigating the death of an 8-year-old from Janesville. Authorities found the child's body in a home on West Miles Road. Sheriff's deputies were responding to a missing child report Saturday night, just after 6 o'clock. A person of interest is in custody this morning, and authorities say there is no threat to the public. We are expecting to get more information today in a follow-up news release.
This video shows the aftermath of a tractor-trailer crash in Clark County that killed 9 people on Friday. That includes 4 members of the same family. The only survivor was their 2-year-old boy. This morning, we're hearing about his condition.
Surprisingly, he was not harmed. There was no burns. He's missing his mom, which is, you can imagine just how hard that's going to be.
Authorities have not released the name of the semi-trailer's driver yet. We do know, though, based on information from his ex-wife, the driver often offered trips to Amish people. The cause of the crash remains under investigation.
Today marks 21 days since the disappearance of Elijah Vu triggered a statewide Amber Alert. As the search for the 3-year-old enters its 4th week now, we know dozens of people are helping authorities look for him. Over the weekend, volunteer searchers looked beyond Manitowoc County. In Green Bay, about 50 people gathered to search the Baird Creek trails.
It's not just because I have children. Children need us, and they're thrown aside like they don't matter. And they do.
If it were my kids that were missing, I want the world looking. So I'm here to help any way I can.
This morning, there is still a $25,000 reward for any information that helps find Vu. Right now, Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, and her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, are in jail. They're facing multiple charges, including child neglect. Both will be back in court March 14th at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll continue to provide any new information we receive in this case on air and on the Channel 3000 mobile app.
Today is the deadline to potentially trigger a recall election of Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. The group Recall Vos says it will turn in more than 10,000 signatures in favor of doing so. Last month, the state's Ethics Commission accused multiple groups working to unseat Vos of knowingly violating campaign finance law. Voss will have 10 days to challenge the sufficiency of those signatures.
In Washington this week, the House will vote on a bill that could ban TikTok for all Americans. Lawmakers fear the Chinese-owned app makes Americans vulnerable to spying from the Communist Party government. There's a chance, though, the law does not get passed. Congress is asking TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to divest from the app. If that doesn't happen, lawmakers say they'll take action to remove it from U.S. app stores.
All right, take a look at this video here. Here is video of protesters outside of the Academy Awards last night in Los Angeles. About 1,000 people rallied against what they say is Hollywood's support of a, quote, U.S.-funded Israeli genocide in Gaza. A temporary privacy fence was up to block those celebrities and guests from the protest, but a small group of protesters briefly opened that fence. LAPD then confronted them and pushed them back. Now, this all comes as tensions are rising between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Prime Minister says he's moving forward with plans to expand the war and invade Rafah in southern Gaza. President Biden says he considers that invasion a red line. With Ramadan starting for most Muslims today, the president says the suffering of the Palestinian people is front of mind for him.
Here at home, starting today, the Wisconsin Air National Guard will be conducting training flights. They'll run through Thursday. That means you might see and hear those F-35 fighter jets until about 9:15 at night. Training usually happens during daylight hours, but pilots and maintenance have to conduct some night operations to be prepared for anything. This will happen again next week, too, from the 18th through the 21st.
Well, being the parent of a newborn can be one of the most stressful and challenging jobs, and any little thing can help. Well, newer gadgets called infant formula makers claim to make precisely measured, warm, ready-to-drink bottles. But are they worth the money, and more importantly, do they even work? A Consumer Reports investigation put them to the test. If you're the parent of an infant, you know they eat a lot and often. And if you're feeding them formula, constantly making bottles can be cumbersome. Enter a formula maker.
So the biggest selling points of these machines is that they are a tech-savvy solution that presumably dispenses formula more accurately than you might make by hand.
Baby formula makers offer to take some of that work off your plate, advertising that they can
reduce the stress in your life.
But after complaints from caregivers and medical experts to the Consumer Product Safety Commission about the Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced, Consumer Reports safety experts investigated the accuracy of 3 of the more popular machines on the market right now: the Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced, the Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced Wi-Fi, and the Baby XO Formula Dispenser Machine. The results were concerning.
So the 2 Baby Brezza formula makers actually produced less formula than we expected, which could lead to malnourishment in a baby. And the Baby XO machine produced more formula than we expected, which also isn't ideal for a baby's health.
In a statement sent to CR, Baby Brezza said the reason for the discrepancy between CR's test results and its own is the significant natural variability that exists in formula powder in general. Baby XO did not respond to CR's request for comment. While these formula makers may save you some time, it's important to feed your baby accurate amounts of formula. So preparing the formula by hand, following the manufacturer's instructions or those from a pediatrician may be your best choice. In Madison, Shane Hogan, News 3 Now. Now, it's important not to make homemade formulas because there's no guarantee that your baby will be getting the proper nutrition, and it could be contaminated with harmful bacteria.
6:08, let's check in with Jacob and your first warn forecast.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be very nice for the next few days with rain on Thursday. I'll talk you through the forecast, though, coming up after the break.
And coming up later in sports, whether the Badgers were able to beat the Buckeyes and advance in the Big Ten tournament.
And we're getting ready for a big announcement in the 608 this morning. We'll share what local veteran will be taking home that $5,000 for Spirit of Service.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace so I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
Your day is full of choices and experiences, so choose to make both of them great. We guarantee our in-home consultations are honest, friendly, and respectful of your time. Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee, tea, wine, or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first 5-minute application. Better yet, after a week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week, and I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night, and no problems.
Over 500,000 people have already seen incredible results. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call or go online to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. Plus, get free shipping.
When you download the Pick and Save app, enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. You can always discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back, 6:12 on a Monday morning, and a very special morning in the 608, the moment we've been waiting for the last couple of months. I've got Sawyer Briel with Vortex joining us this morning. Sawyer, it's good to see you.
Good to see you again, bright and early.
Yes, bright and early, and an exciting day because we've been working, the last 7 weeks on trying to find our Spirit of Service recipient, and we know the name. Of course, that's going to come later in the broadcast, but this process has been incredible just to see how much the community has come out.
Yeah, whenever you do something like this, Josh, you always hope it's going to go well, right? Like, you only need one winner, you only need one story, but I think to see the reaction of the community in year 2, like, we're obviously still growing this, but just to see the reaction is like, I mean, we were tearing up in the office, like, you're talking about over 100 entries, like, it gets to the point where it's like, how do you choose? And it's also just awesome. It kind of reinforces just how wonderful it is to live in this community, because some of these people you may have heard of, or you may have heard the organizations, but there's a lot of them where you're like, oh my God, I had no idea this was even going on. Like, this is incredible.
You know, 100 nominations, and obviously hard to narrow it down to the final 5, right? Because you wish that you could give something to all of these people doing amazing things in the community.
Yep, and that's another great part about it too, is for anyone who voted or anyone who went on the website, hopefully you saw these people, you saw these stories, and in the back of your mind, subconsciously, hopefully you're reading these and you're just like, I can do more. Like, it'll never be enough. I know we've talked about that before. We're gonna keep doing everything we can as an organization, but I think just a call to people in the community, like, do whatever you can to help these people, and I think their stories giving some context to their impact on the community, I think it's just such an important thing.
I mean, we obviously 100 nominations. We had close to 2,000 votes in 2 weeks. That is a big number.
It just shows people are passionate about this stuff, and it's really incredible. I think Brittany's not here, but she was communicating with a lot of people who weren't in the top 5 or had any questions, and man, just the outpouring of people in their lives that were fired up. How do I vote? How do I send it to other people? Like, it's just incredible.
I'm excited to see, even, you know, for the folks that don't win the prize, just getting their names out there, getting their stories out there. I think it's only going to lift up our community even more in giving back.
And it's kind of a catch-22, right? Because you meet people like this, and more often than not, people doing all these things, they don't want to be recognized. They don't want to stand up in front of people and have them clap. And that's totally understandable, but they deserve it. So sometimes it's just like, no, we are going to recognize these people. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but people need to know what you're doing for the community. So,
and you know, giving back and recognizing these folks is so important.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Sawyer. Well, 6:45 will be the big announcement this morning. You'll be sticking around. We got the check ready.
Yep.
It's going to be a really, really special morning. I think an emotional one, too.
For everyone, yeah.
Big time.
Yep.
All right, Sawyer. Thank you. Again, that's coming up here around 6:45. Let's get a check of your first warrant forecast now with Jacob. Jacob, what are we looking like for our Monday?
It's going to be very nice today, Josh, and that's going to continue through Wednesday. Now, by the time we get to Thursday, we do expect to see some rain with cooler temperatures by the time we get to the weekend. Now, here's a look at your bus stop forecast. Temperatures will be in the 30s this morning, but they're going to warm up very quickly, quicker than normal, as we'll be in the 60s by the time we get to the afternoon. And for the most part, we're going to see complete sunshine, maybe a few clouds during the afternoon hours, and it will be a little bit breezy, but the winds aren't going to be too bad, especially with the temperatures being as warm as they are. Now, we could actually be near record levels today, as the record high is 65 and the forecasted high is 63. That's also the case for the warm low temperature for tonight. The record's only 2 degrees above the forecasted low. But if we take a look at tomorrow, although tomorrow will actually be warmer, the record high is 10 degrees warmer than today. So we likely aren't going to see record highs for tomorrow or Wednesday, but we are still going to see very mild temperatures. And the mild temperatures are expected to end kind of, but still going to be above average for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but it's not going to be quite as mild for Wednesday. By the time we get to next week, temperatures will drop even further into the middle and lower 40s, and the start of the drop in temperatures will be from the rainfall Thursday. Now, we could see some light rain Tuesday night into early Wednesday to the south of our area, but for the most part, we're going to remain dry through the day on Wednesday, with the bulk of the precipitation moving into our area Wednesday night and early Thursday. This will likely last throughout the entire day, and areas further north may see that rain mix with snow, and it is possible by the time we get to the evening that areas even in southern Wisconsin could see that mixture of snow, but any snow that does fall will likely not stick, as we're not expected to see any accumulation, but the temperatures will be cold enough to see that snowfall nonetheless. The system will clear out Thursday night, and we will be dry by Friday morning. We do have some smaller chances of precipitation by the time we get to the weekend, but at this point, none of those systems are really amounting to much, but it is going to drop the temperatures even further into the lower 40s by the beginning of next week, and we actually could see the first time in a month of consecutive days below average between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, as by the time we get to next week, the average high will be closer to the middle 40s. So if we're in the lower 40s, that is now going to be below average, and we are going to see a few days of that before we start to warm up again by next Wednesday.
For all the ups and downs Wisconsin men's basketball has been through this year, and it's been a roller coaster, they still could have gotten a double bye in the Big Ten tournament with a win yesterday in what was their final game of the regular season, but the only problem, they'd have to go through Purdue. Badgers lost to the Boilermakers at home earlier this year, but trying to turn their tides. First half, Wisconsin down 13. They were 1 for 10 from 3 at this point. That's where you get A.J. Storr involved. He hits it to cut the Boilermaker lead down to 10. Scored 17 yesterday, his 26th game in double figures. And then 10 minutes left in the second half. How good has the freshman John Blackwell been this year? Scored 17 his last time out, finished with a team best 18 yesterday as he gets the 3 to drop. Wisconsin keeping this one close, but at the end of the day, Zach Edey and the Boilermakers were just too much for Bucky. The 7'4" reigning National Player of the Year had 25 points and 14 rebounds, gets that basket to fall, and the Badgers miss out on the double bye. They did get the 5 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They'll play the winner of Maryland and Rutgers on Thursday. Daylight savings time does not apply to Damian Lillard. A combined 69 points and 21 assists yesterday between him and Giannis. They became the first duo in NBA history with back-to-back 20-plus point, 10-plus assist games. And trust me, Dame was just getting started. 3.5 minutes to go. Bucks up 3, and at this point, Lillard unconscious. Hits the 3 and is carrying the Bucks on his back. Keeps this game close late, and then under 2 minutes to go, Lillard looking for the dagger. I mean, come on. 16 of his 35 points in the fourth quarter as the Bucks best, one of the best in the entire West. 124-117 is the final. And the boys' high school state basketball bracket has been released. Here's where our trio of teams landed. Mineral Point got the 2 seed and will play Aquinas, while Lakeside Lutheran also got the 2 seed. They'll play Kiel. And as for Abundant Life Christian, they will play Almond Bancroft, but that'll be on Friday. Wisconsin men's hockey has done things this year that no one thought they'd come close to. But the Badgers were on the ropes yesterday in the Big Ten tournament, needed to win to advance, hosting 7th-seeded Ohio State, and it would be the Buckeyes getting on the board first. Davis Burnside finds the twine, and the Badgers have some big-time work to do in this one. In fact, when we skip ahead of the third quarter, they're trailing 3-0. Make that the third period are trailing 3-0. They get a goal back to avoid the shutout, but ultimately are eliminated in the Big Ten tournament, losing 3-1. Bucky will certainly look to bounce back in the NCAA tournament. That's your morning sports fix. Have a miraculous Monday.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Still ahead this morning, we've got more reaction from the Oscars, who took home some of the biggest awards.
And in our next half hour, what's happening tomorrow that could solidify President Biden and former President Trump's places as their party's presidential nominees.
And as we head to break on this Monday morning, we're taking a look at gas prices across the country and here in Wisconsin. We're back after this.
First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3-to-1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. For over a decade, thousands of people have turned to Tommy Van Ness Realty to buy or sell their home. Because we are more than your realtor, we're your partner.
If you list with us and take advantage of our extensive marketing, everyone will know your home is for sale.
The Tommy Van Ness Realty team is working hard for you. Call Tommy Van Ness today at 608-395-7375. Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
Get an 11% rebate on your entire kitchen upgrade at Menards. Clearview Cabinetry is flexible by design, so you can go from doors to drawers for storage that works at every stage. With the styles that are so easy to update, you can do it in a snap, meaning you don't have to remodel your space to make it work even better for you. These La Home kitchen cabinets are $33.79 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
We're back sharing Gwen's morning with everyone. This is her husband's remote control airplane.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Taking off there. What a great shot. Thanks for sharing that with us. All right, this morning we are talking about the Academy Awards.
Yeah, of course. Last night, big show after a really big year in movies, the 96th Academy Awards. And of course, this is following a couple smash hits at the box office. The big two, of course, that we've talked about for a long time, maybe too much for my partner to my right here, Oppenheimer and Barbie. Oppenheimer ended up with 7 total Oscars, including Best Picture and Director, Christopher Nolan. Barbie only walked away with Best Original Song. There you see Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas.
John Cena's naked.
And
What's
then
going on
John
here?
Cena showed up naked, presenting the costume category, and this was a funny moment for the night. Kind of, you know, people, it's the Oscars, it's a little more serious, so it was nice to have like a break in that.
Nothing like some male nudity to lighten things up.
And then Ryan Gosling surprised everyone and brought out Slash for the I'm Just Ken performance. So I want to ask you this. You know, we've talked about it a lot this morning, but do award shows still matter? That's the question I want you to answer in the next 30 seconds.
It's like there are no big surprises. I mean, there aren't many big surprises. It's rare we get a big surprise,
right?
As far as the awards go, because they've gone through 6 other award ceremonies by this point. So it's like most of the people who won those are going to win on this.
Are likely to win the Oscars.
I mean, it doesn't always happen that way, but it's like, oh, Oppenheimer won. Everybody knew that was going to happen.
I still think, though, the Oscars are the one that kind of carry the weight. You know, they have a little more meat on the bones because it's the Academy Awards. It's always been the most important and prestigious. So I think that show still matters, maybe the other one. But viewership's been good on these shows lately, too. You know, maybe after the Chris Rock, Will Smith thing, you never know what's going to happen on live TV.
Right. It's still the king as far as award shows go.
Absolutely.
All right, real quick, let's get to Jacob. Hey, Jacob.
Yeah, let's take a look at one of our weather photos of the day. This was sent in by Lori from Baraboo. Thank you, Lori.
We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 13th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 95 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Melio's Sandwiches.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Oh, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
It's time to let go and move on to something better. At Window World, get a beautiful new patio door professionally installed for just $3,700. Don't wait any longer.
Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
Window World.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why Wisconsin gets Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving daily, but so is Mr. Frost. So see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Oh, this morning, the campaign is clearing. We break down how voters feel about the 2024 presidential frontrunners.
Plus, Spirit of Service. Today, we announce the winner of our campaign. Find out which veteran is getting a boost for their mission. And the next few days are looking very nice. I'll talk about just how warm it could get coming up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Shane Hogan. We've got a lot to get to this morning, including in 15 minutes, we're going to be announcing our Spirit of Service Award winner.
5 finalists. We have one winner today with that unconditional $5,000 prize coming their way. So stick around for that. Yeah, Oscars also last night, still making those adjustments from daylight saving time.
Lots to kind of keep an eye on, including our weather for the week, and seems like we're starting off the week pretty nice here, Jacob. Yeah, it's going to be a very nice day, although temperatures are still pretty chilly right now, which they typically are during the morning in early March. 34 degrees in Madison, but we are seeing plenty of clear skies across southern Wisconsin, and a few parts of Dane County are closer to the upper 30s. Middleton, 37, Sauk City also at 37. A few parts of our area actually in the 40s. Wisconsin Dells right now at 40, but also a few areas in the 20s. Boscobel currently at 23 degrees. Now, although it's pretty chilly right now, this afternoon is going to be very comfortable. We'll have high temperatures in the lower 60s. Winds will be around 15 miles per hour, so it will be a little bit breezy. But right now, those winds aren't too bad. A few areas are up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour, and I expect a lot of our area to get to that level. But the winds are also driving these warm temperatures. Now, a moment ago, I showed the weather photo of the day. Didn't really have a lot of time to discuss it. So here it is again. This was sent in by Lori from Baraboo, showing a very unique cloud formation. So thank you, Lori, for submitting this photo. And you can submit your own photo through our website. Go to channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, scroll down till you see post your own and give us the location and your name. It's as simple as that. I'll talk about how long the warm weather will last and show you your next chance of rain coming up in just a little bit. All right, sounds good, Jacob. Thank you. Well, we begin this morning with some local campaign news.
Yeah, just a week after the vice president was in Madison, President Biden is now scheduled to visit Wisconsin this week. In a news release, the White House said that he'll visit Milwaukee on Wednesday. It's part of a 2-day trip in the Great Lakes region. Milwaukee is the first stop, followed by a day trip to Saginaw, Michigan. We expect details of the president's Milwaukee trip in the next 2 days.
The president's visit comes as new polls are painting a dire picture for both frontrunners' campaigns. Results from an Ipsos poll released yesterday shows the country is split on who they trust to be the next president. Former President Donald Trump has a slight edge over President Biden, with 36% of Americans believing he would do a better job leading the country. That contrasts with President Biden's 33%. However, that leaves a total of 30% who don't trust either, meaning there's a large gap to bridge for either candidate before November's election.
This week, both President Biden and former President Donald Trump could gain enough delegates in primary contests to secure their party's nomination. Voters in 3 states will make their voices heard at the polls tomorrow. CBS News correspondent Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
Get out the vote. Stumping in Georgia over the weekend, President Biden and former President Donald Trump previewed their likely general election rematch, trading barbs while pushing voters to the primary polls tomorrow.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans are trying to take our freedoms away. Let's send crooked Joe Biden packing.
With immigration remaining a top issue this election season, the current and past presidents both addressed the killing of a Georgia nursing student, allegedly by an undocumented migrant. Speaking to MSNBC, President Biden expressed regret for referring to the suspect as a, quote, illegal during last week's State of the Union address, following criticism from some in his party.
I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented.
Trump later bashed Biden's comments.
He was an illegal migrant, and he shouldn't have been in our country.
Trump also slammed Georgia's criminal case, charging him with trying to overturn the 2020 election.
This whole witch hunt should be put out of its misery and dismissed immediately.
President Biden kicked off a multi-state blitz the day after his State of the Union address, starting with Pennsylvania on Friday and Georgia Saturday. Today, he heads to New Hampshire and later this week, Wisconsin and Michigan. The Biden campaign says it raised $10 million in the first 24 hours following his State of the Union, which is sure to come in handy, with the campaign planning to spend $30 million in new ads. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Vice President Kamala Harris also is at the campaign trail. She was here in Madison last week, and over the weekend, she was out west with events focused on building support among Latino voters.
One of the top issues in this campaign is once again the right to an abortion. The newest numbers from pollsters have around 1 in 8 voters saying that abortion is the most important issue driving their vote. Of those people, a majority believe it should be legal in all or most cases. More voters trust President Biden to move abortion rights in that direction, while almost 10% fewer voters believe President Trump would do the same.
Taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol this morning, political scientists continue to analyze the numbers following the all but certain front-runners of both campaigns winning big on Super Tuesday. UW-La Crosse political science professor Anthony Chergosky appeared on this week's edition of For the Record to explain how the Super Tuesday results show some vulnerabilities in both leading candidates. He talked about Democrats voting uncommitted instead of voting for President Biden.
There are some people who are not voting for Joe Biden. They're voting uncommitted. We saw quite a bit of those votes in Minnesota. The Biden campaign is going to need to get those folks back in the fold.
The former president, Donald Trump, asked for him. Dr. Chergosky noted that Trump's struggle with a certain demographic has his rival Nikki Haley saying that she was holding on well to that demographic.
But still, she did pretty darn well in a number of key geographic locations, most notably suburbs, more affluent areas, more highly educated areas, those areas with a higher concentration of people who had attended college.
These shortcomings are something we will continue to watch as we get closer to November 5th.
And we're just over 8 months now from the 2024 presidential election, so a lot can change in that time. To stay on top of it all, make sure to download the Channel 3000 News app. You can find it by searching WISC-TV wherever you get your apps. Well, hey, a local woman is working to do something good by way of a cookbook. Catherine Scott put a call out to her colleagues at SSM Health for any and all recipes that mean something at home. They used memories in the kitchen to create this memorable meals cookbook. It started as a way to help staff reconnect coming out of the pandemic, but became so much more.
People have family traditions. They have maybe family recipes or things from a travel that they've made around the world. And if we could gather those together and tell stories about them, we'd make new connections for people.
Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6, our Josh Sprider shows us how community donations for the Memorable Meals Cookbook are doing something good for our local food pantries.
6:37. Coming up after the break, the big winners in Hollywood last night. Who brought home an Oscar and which film won Best Picture?
And it's going to be very nice today, and I'll talk about just how long the nice weather will last coming up after the break.
And we're getting ready for a big announcement in the 608 this morning. We'll share what local veteran will be taking home $5,000 for Spirit of Service.
Transform your yard into something you can be proud of. From initial design to complete finished installation, Maple Leaf will design a yard that'll be the envy of the neighborhood. Maple Leaf Landscaping, your year-round property care specialists. Just look for the orange leaf.
Sir Jenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable, Sir Jenian's.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
When you download the Pick and Save app, enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. You can always discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We forge steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space.
But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill.
And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
Pella's free in-home consultations make replacing or redesigning your windows and doors easy. We go beyond just measuring and handing you a quote. We take the time to listen and educate you on all your product options so you can be confident in choosing the look and functionality that's right for you. And with DesignWorks, you can see what your home will look like before you buy. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months when you order by March 31st. Set your free consultation at PellaWI.com.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Campaign 2024 is heating up in battleground Wisconsin, and News 3 Now is bringing you complete team coverage throughout this crucial election year. From the candidates to the issues that matter to you, the voters. Campaign 2024 on News 3 Now, moving forward.
Tonight at 6, a local hospital employee cooks up a plan to help coworkers reconnect as COVID recedes. I'll show you how a recipe project became a sweet mission to do something good.
There really is power in food.
Tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, moving forward.
On your Monday morning, a very special morning in the 608, the moment we've been waiting for the last couple of months. We officially have a winner of the Spirit of Service Award, Sawyer Breel of Vortex this morning, and Rob Drugsvold also joining us, one of the top 5 nominations. I want to start with you, Sawyer. What is Spirit of Service? You know, this has been a big mission for you guys at Vortex.
I think the big thing, and Rob, we talked about this a little bit in the waiting room, is there's so many people doing so many incredible things, and you want to recognize all of them. If there was some magic wand to tell every story in the community you could, we would. But it's just finding ways to get those stories out there, because people need to know these people. They need to know the work that's going on, the shared experiences. I think it's just such an important thing for people to know, not only veterans, but just people in your community making a difference and rallying around those people and telling those stories.
Well, for 2024, our viewers say the person that wins Spirit of Service is our buddy Rob right here on the couch here. Rob, congratulations. We have a little something here for you. There's the big check.
Wow. Congratulations, Rob. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Congratulations.
Shane and Chris helping us out with that check. What do you think, Rob? Is this what you were expecting?
No. We took some creative liberties with Rob. We told him everyone was going to be here this morning, so this hopefully is a surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
You know, when we interviewed you on Friday, we aired your story on Friday, you talked about the community and how they've lifted you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Stoughton's been a good town to me. I left, came home, you know, planning on going back somewhere else and pursuing a career somewhere else, and stuck with Stoughton, and I've been there for Stoughton, and Stoughton's been there for me.
You know, your nominator is also here in the building this morning. You know, what does it feel like to be able to have these people that are behind you 100%?
It's just extremely humbling. I mean, I don't ask for it. I'm my own person. I'm myself, and I don't know. I'm stumbling and bumbling because I'm just so surprised right now. This is just amazing.
We have him here as well. You might as well just kind of step in here as well. He did it.
Oh, he did it.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, man.
You know, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Vortex.
Yes, thank you. This
Yes.
was incredible. This was incredible. You know, Rob, what are you most looking forward to here and giving back to your community a bit more?
Well, we got a building addition going on that, if anybody doesn't know about it yet, we haven't really announced it, so might as well live on news. We'll be putting about 1,100 square foot addition on our VFW. This check is going right back into that. We just had a fundraiser this weekend that is bringing in over $12,000 that we'll be putting into that as well, and I'm just going to continue to plug away in Stoughton.
You know, when you look at the community that has been there for you, they've been there for your family. I mean, this is a special place, and they definitely are lifting you up just like you're doing to them.
Absolutely.
You know, Sawyer, this has been such an incredible process. Obviously, we're seeing some photos here. All 5 of these, you know, top nominations were incredible, and all 100 of these nominations that you guys got were good. So, I mean, there are people just like Rob doing amazing things here in our community.
Yeah, it was so incredibly difficult to even get it down to 5, which I think says a lot about the place and the community that we live in. It just gave me a lot of hope, honestly, just living in this area. I'm over in Verona, but you're looking at the map and you're like, okay, we got that part covered, that part covered, that. It's just, there are all these wonderful people everywhere doing all these wonderful things. And I speak for Vortex and the 400 people that work there. Like, we couldn't be happier. I had people all last week, who's winning, who's in the lead, like, can we see the numbers? I was like, no, you gotta watch the news. So, man, we're all behind you. We couldn't be happier. You're such a linchpin in the community, and that became very evident.
Thank you.
From the interviews and the nominations, so well deserved. Well deserved.
Hold up that check one more time. Wow. That's all yours, buddy. Congratulations. If you'd like to see Rob's story, you can go up to channel3000.com/in608 and learn a little bit more about Rob's mission in the community, but well deserving.
Join the VFW.
There you go. And that's what, you know, one of the things is you're trying to get younger people to come on out, which is great.
Yes, please, if you have any service time and you've been overseas, please go to your VFW, join, and have fun and advocate for veterans.
Yeah, and thanking those veterans and recognizing them is super important.
Yes.
All right, thank you all so much for being here. Congratulations. What a special morning. Again, all of this is up on channel3000.com. Congrats again, Rob.
Thank you, Josh.
Let's get to your first warn forecast now at 6:46 on a Monday morning. Boy, we have a sunny start to the weekend store.
Yeah, it's going to be very nice the next couple of days. We could be seeing temperatures in the 60s each of the next 3 days from today through Wednesday. But we are expected to see some rain on Thursday, and that will cool things off for next weekend. So first, here's one final look at your bus stop forecast. Temperatures during the morning will be in the 30s, but they're going to warm up pretty quickly. We could be in the 50s by noon, and then by the afternoon, we're going to be in the 60s. And for the most part, we're going to see complete sunshine, especially early in the day, with maybe a few clouds later. But nonetheless, we are going to continue to see plenty of sun during the daytime. So here's a look at the temperatures over the next 10 days. 67 is the forecasted high tomorrow, and 63 is the forecasted high for Wednesday. Now, tomorrow and Wednesday, we are going to see a little bit more cloud cover, but we're still going to remain dry. And then Thursday is that rain, which will cool things off for the end of this week with highs near 50. The beginning of next week will be even cooler with high temperatures in the lower 40s, possibly a high temperature in the upper 30s for next Monday. Now, here's a look at the rainfall forecast. We're certainly going to be dry through the day on Tuesday, maybe some light rain in the far southern portion of our area late Tuesday night and early Wednesday. We also could see some light precipitation Wednesday evening, but the bulk of the precipitation will come Thursday during the day, and it will likely last throughout much of the day. We also could see some of that rain transition to snow, especially for northern counties, and later in the evening, that mixture could actually push south as the temperatures cool down before the system clears out of our area Thursday night, but we aren't expected to see any accumulation. Now, looking at the full 10-day forecast, temperatures will be cooler, like I mentioned, but we also have a slight chance of precipitation over the weekend. Could possibly see some rain and some light snow, and then we're going to see the temperatures cool down even further for the beginning of next week before they rise back up to around 50 next Wednesday.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. Well, it was a big night for Oppenheimer at the 96th Academy Awards. The summer blockbuster about the creation of the atomic bomb grabbed 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. Daniel Backus has more on Hollywood's biggest night from Los Angeles.
Oppenheimer won the biggest awards of the evening, Best Picture and Best Director.
We don't know where this incredible journey is going from here, but to know that you think that I'm a meaningful part of it means the world to me.
Oppenheimer star Cillian Murphy took home his first statue for his role as atomic bomb creator J. Robert Oppenheimer.
For better or for worse, we're all living in Oppenheimer's world, so I would really like to dedicate this to the peacemakers everywhere.
His on-screen nemesis, Robert Downey Jr., also won his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
I'd like to thank my terrible childhood and the Academy, in that order.
Emma Stone was honored as Best Actress for her portrayal of a woman brought back from the dead with a child's brain in the film Poor Things.
Because it's not about me. It's about a team that came together to make something greater than the sum of its parts.
Poor Things also grabbed a win for Best Costume Design, which was presented by nearly naked John Cena.
Costumes. They are so important.
Devine Joy Randolph won Best Supporting Actress for her role as a grieving mother in The Holdovers.
For so long, I've always wanted to be different. And now I realize I just need to be myself. And I thank you. I thank you for seeing me.
The brother-sister team of Phineas O'Connell and Billie Eilish grabbed the Oscar for Best Song for What Was I Made For from Barbie.
I'm just kidding.
While Barbie actor Ryan Gosling didn't win an Oscar, he wowed the audience, bringing out Slash from Guns N' Roses with his performance of the nominated song, I'm Just Ken. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, this year, each of the acting awards were presented by 5 winners from the awards previous years. It was a great night.
Coming up, 6:50 now. We'll have your morning sprint right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin. At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 13th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 95 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Melio's Sandwiches.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
After my son was born, I was having a hard time leaving him, only being able to see him once before going to work and then once before bed. That's just not enough time.
At my old job, my entire check went to daycare to pay to be away from my child. We bring our kids with us in the mornings and they ride with us on our routes and then they go to school.
I'm on a route where I'm the one dropping my kids off at school. It's been phenomenal.
Being able to bring them with me has been really great for our family.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Add style and comfort to your home with our wide selection of Hunter ceiling fans. This Colby indoor-outdoor ceiling fan is $99.98 after rebate. Add comfort to your living space with carpet from Marquee Industries. Grandstand carpet is luxuriously soft, making it perfect for your home. Plus, it has a attached pad for easy installation. Get it now for only $189 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Your local funeral home since 1869. We are Cress.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
An investigation continues this morning after an 8-year-old was found dead in Rock County over the weekend. The child was found around 6 p.m. on Saturday in a home outside of Janesville. The sheriff's office says one person of interest is in custody and there is no current threat to the public. Rock County officials say there will likely be more information released today.
Also in Rock County, we know a fire now caused an estimated $600,000 in damage. It happened Sunday morning in the town of La Prairie outside of Janesville. Rock County Sheriff's deputies found a tractor engulfed in flames. No one was injured. Fire investigators believe it started because of an electrical issue.
President Joe Biden will be in Wisconsin this week. The White House says he will visit Milwaukee on Wednesday. It's part of a 2-day stay in the Great Lakes region. His other stop will be in Saginaw, Michigan on Thursday. Details are sparse right now about the visit, but we expect to learn more in the coming days.
Tensions are rising this morning between President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu says he's moving forward with plans to expand his war with Hamas and invade Rafah in South Gaza. President Biden, though, says that is a red line for him. All of this as today marks the start of the holy month of Ramadan for most Muslims around the globe.
The United States is evacuating personnel from Haiti. This as gang violence in the nation's capital, Port-au-Prince, continues to spiral. The U.S. military said yesterday it conducted an operation to airlift non-essential personnel from the embassy. President Biden approved that evacuation. The National Security Council says Biden remains deeply concerned about that situation.
2 universities of Wisconsin regents could be out of a job depending on a vote in the state Senate. The Republican-controlled Senate Committee on Universities and Revenue voted 5-3 along party lines last Thursday to recommend the Senate refuse to confirm regents Dana Wachs and John Miller. The vote must happen this week or else be postponed until the next legislative session.
Today through Thursday, the Wisconsin Air National Guard will conduct training flights. F-35 fighter jets could be out until about 9:15 at night those days. Training usually happens during the daylight, but pilots and maintenance will have to conduct some night operations. The fighter jets will also be out next week training from the 18th through the 21st.
And here's a final look at your 10-day forecast. Very nice the next few days through Wednesday. Rain is expected on Thursday as highs will drop to around 50. That will continue through Saturday. By the time we get to Sunday of next week, we are going to see those temperatures a bit colder. Highs will be in the middle to lower 40s. And we also have some slight chances of precipitation over the weekend. Could see some light rain, also could see some light snow, but we really aren't expected to see any accumulation. After the cool down at the beginning of next week, it looks like we'll start to see the temperatures warm up for a little bit for the middle of next week, but the forecast for the next couple of days, just enjoy the weather the next few days. It's going to feel like April with that rainfall expected on Thursday.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're back with another news and weather update in 30 minutes.